All right. I love this. We're here. We're here. Let's go. Let's go. You're tuning in either live or on the replay. There's a reason you clicked the button today because I am fired up today, guys. I've got so much energy, so many ideas. I have been traveling around to conferences. This is conference season in the spring. And I'll tell you what, guys, I have a powerful question for you. If you could choose just one thing that people might remember about you after a brief interaction, a brief encounter, what would that be? Just let that sink in a minute. Well, someone just meets you. Nice to meet you. What would they take away from that encounter? And also, furthermore, how does that align with the image that you think that you're currently projecting in the world? And that's what we're talking about here today. Thanks for joining us on the Agent Power Huddle. I'm your host, Dill Ward. I've been a realtor for over a decade and a half. And I'll tell you what, I'm still rediscovering every single day who I want to be in the world as a business owner, as a woman, as a networker, as a mom, as a good citizen of the world. And here's my invitation to you today, okay? Today's invitation is forget everything you know about who you think you are and decide today to be whoever the heck you want. Whoever the heck you want. You don't have to be what anyone else thinks you should be, especially my friends out there. If you are a realtor, hello. Do you know how many different colors of the crown box we come in? We come in a lot of colors. We come in a lot of shades of everything. So you can be anyone you want. I remember when I got in this business, I remember my first headshot. Oh my God. If I look back at it, I don't even recognize myself. I feel like I'm like a shallow, hollow human being that has no idea who they are. I just look at it. I'm like, why am I wearing a suit? I don't even wear suits. That's so weird. So here's the thing, right? You are the youngest you're ever going to be starting today. Going forward, you have all the knowledge you've collected throughout the world. You've seen a million different versions of how to be a realtor. You've seen a million different ways you don't want to do it. But today's permission, and we're going to go deep, deep, deep into personal branding today, is deciding from this moment forward, what are you going to shed? And where are you going to become? And what are you going to step into? Because even if you're a brand new agent out there, this is your opportunity to define the client attraction tools, how you're going to attract vendors, how you're going to attract other amazing opportunities to you by your personal brand. So I know a lot of times when I talk about personal brand, people think that's for companies. Companies need to do branding, not people. But in the world of real estate today, we are the brand. Our name means something. It has power because at the end of the day, our customers, when they're going to sleep at night and they're saying the realtor, that used to bug me so much when people would say the realtor's on the phone. Have you made any lasting impact on them with your name, with who you are, just how you show up? And this begins from the minute they become aware of you, from the first encounter, whether it's online digital marketing, whether it's standing next to someone at a networking event. The first time they experience the essence that is you, that's when your personal branding begins. And my question for you is, what do you want it to be? I remember when I was trying to define it early on, when I was moving from my stuffy suited headshot and into how can I be my full essence of me? I got some coaching because every great transformation in your life and breakthrough usually involves some amount of coaching. Some amount of someone asking you tough questions that you've never been asked before, that you don't know how to define. And if you're just a human being in the world floating around, you haven't really had to try to be a brand. But if you're a business professional and you're moving into this new space where you want to create the reality around you and the world of opportunities around you, you have to have great intention about how you show up every single day. So if I called you right now, if I pulled up my phone and just pulled up your phone number and called you and I got your voicemail, what am I going to think about you just from your voicemail? Like, there's a lot of information just in a voicemail. Have you ever called someone and you almost are like scared to leave a message because they just seem so annoyed to have left you that mess? Like, yeah, I'm not here. It's like instantly you're having a reaction. You're having a sensation. You're already getting into vibration with whether this person is someone you trust, someone that you want to talk to, someone that is going to lead you to the promised land of solving your problem, aka buying a house, selling a house, connecting with you on some other front, right? So every single touch point of your humanness is part of your personal brand. So one of the exercises that I did early on was this exercise called assessing your core values. Now, core values sounds like something that should be deeply around your morale, right? Like, oh, well, I have strong values, but I want you to forget all that. I want you to literally go back to what I said. Like, if somebody just briefly met you, what would they think about you? This is the exercise. Is like, what do you want to channel? What do you want to carry through your essence with yourself? Like, what values in this world? So, Google a list of core values. That's a great start. Just Google, and you'll see there's like hundreds. There's so many. Print it out and just stare at it, and just like cross out words that just don't resonate with you, and highlight words that you're like, yeah, that. I like that, right? I remember doing this and I was like, oh my God, do I have no values? I was crossing out, like everything. And then the ones that like really hit me, I was like, oh yeah, that's me through and through. I feel that in a very full body way. And once you kind of get clear about those and they kind of come to the surface, no, it's a long exercise. And if you've done this before, I encourage you to do it again, because your mindset might be focused or prioritized in a different direction. You might be thinking differently now. But even just from this day, like, who do you want to be today? How do you want to show up in the world today with this new mindset, this new intention, the greatest gift of knowledge you've ever had? You're the smartest you've ever been, and you're also the youngest you'll ever be. So let's be fully present and ready to show up with the world with that personal brand, right? So one of my core values is personal growth. Everything I do, I want to be something that's stretching me and everyone around me. So anyone who gets into my vortex knows she's going to make me grow. She's going to push me. She's going to ask me tough questions, right? And so once you identify a core value, now you have to kind of figure out how to embody it and how to embold it, how to bring it into your copy on your marketing, copy on your content, on your social media, on your language around materials that you give to your customers that show all of that, like that essence, right? And so it's like kind of making a recipe. You get to figure out what your core values are in this moment, where you're going to focus, where you're being, and then start to build everything around it, right? I don't know if you can tell yet, but another one of my core values is fun. If it's not fun, I don't want to do it. And I want everybody around me to be in the energy space of having fun. So I have made it quite intentional that every single thing I do is just over the top with some level of fun, right? And then I think this is what's so cool about this. It's not what you say about yourself, it's what other people say about you. But you get to start by saying it about yourself. You get to start by saying, how can I communicate in this way to show that this is who I am and how I move through the world, right? Again, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. Forget everything you know and just start from this moment. From this moment, be in full intention around who you want to be and how you want to show up in the world, right? Okay, next. In-person interactions. Hello. How distracted are we as a culture? Have you noticed that I've been going to a lot of conferences this month, and I will tell you, I can probably think of 3 people in my mind that stuck out of meeting hundreds of people. And it's because they made an impression with their energy. They were present. They were jovial. They were interested. They were acting in a way that made me think, this person is worth knowing. But what separates them from just another person who also seemed nice and just, hi, nice to meet you, simply was the intention to fully show up in all the ways. And that is true of you in any way that you are. Even if you're quiet, even if you're shy, you can still fully show up and be present and make another person feel seen and connected to you. That will leave a lasting impression. And that's what we're talking about here, guys. Client attraction and agent attraction both require you to leave a lasting impression so someone thinks of you again when time arises for need, right? So again, hundreds of people I met, just a couple stood out. And I'll tell you, that all of the things that you have to work with, your clothes say so much about you. I know we often think, oh, well, you're either dressed super professional or you're dressed super casual, but that's not just it, right? It's how you layer your clothes. It's the colors that you choose. It's how you move through the room in your clothes. Like you can literally be wearing yoga pants and just prancing through the room with confidence and joy and curiosity, and people will be magnetized to that. So it's not just the clothes, it's the full embodiment of how you are in your body. And these are all the little essences of building personal brand. And we see this like if you're standing in an open house and you're dressed to the hill and you're just tucked away in the corner in the kitchen and barely engaging with people, it doesn't matter what you wore. It doesn't matter. You have to bring your energy outfit just as much as you have to bring your physical, tangible outfit to this interaction. So again, personal brand. I'm going to just keep kind of stacking the things here. I'll just kind of go back and forth, but I want you to really understand that today is a chance to be the best you've ever been. You've never been this smart. So let's just intend right now. You're listening to this for a reason. You're here in this moment. I believe it's because you're just looking for another kick in the pants to get in a good mood and go out there in the world and do your best work and show up fully ready to help another human being with, one of the biggest decisions that they have to make. And I like to say, we don't get paid big money to show the houses and point at the countertops. We get paid big money to stand at the crux of difficult decisions and have difficult dialogues around what the choices are for the consumer in front of us. But we get to decide the envelope and the package of energy that we wrap around that. Now, some people are more stoic. They're just a little more stoic, right? So they might want to embolden and embody trust and confidence and those energies that people are attracted to that are just more just like stable. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people who just need that. Like they're so chaotic. They just want to be in the hands of someone stable. And so you get to decide who and how are you going to show up. I'm going to hear who you are on your voicemail. I'm going to see who you are physically when I meet you in the room and how you show up in your clothes and your body and the confidence and how you walk. And really, what is your curiosity? I will tell you, after meeting so many people, most people don't have very much curiosity. They just don't. They don't really ask any valuable questions. How's the weather? How's the da, da, da. It's like it's so boring. And I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. This level 1 conversation where you just don't feel like you learned anything about the person and you didn't share anything. So there was no real energy exchange. So that's another invitation to stop being boring. Have a couple key questions that you ask people when you first meet them that completely throw them off, that show them that you're engaged and that you're just ready to go deep. I mean, when you show someone that you're ready to go deep, it's like 5 minutes before they're telling you their deepest secrets that involve some kind of real estate somewhere. So like this is about building that space for that, but go first. Be the first one to be in that go deep conversation because you can control this. Okay, other things, colors. People obsess about this. Whenever people are talking about building a personal brand, they spend all their time thinking about fonts and colors and logos. And yes, all of that is part of it. But it's also not nearly as important as consistency. That's another thing. You can't just be today I'm orange and tomorrow I'm red and now I'm green. For a long time, I was working to build a brand. I went and bought every single shirt that just matched the color that would fit on photography and videography in my website. So my entire palette of my clothing was just to match my website. It literally, but it worked. I mean, it completely worked. See this hair? If you're listening on podcast, you can't see this hair, but I have had blonde streaks in my hair for over 20 years. It's a commitment, but it is part of my integral brand. I'm recognized all the time because of it. And you can make any one thing about you consistent and stable too, that you just live into and people expect of you. It's a visual cue. And also I can't even tell you how many people have told me they've hired me because they thought it would be fun. So my hair matched my core value. I was like, sweet. Okay. I really want to break this down for you because today there's opportunity for you to actually implement what we're talking about here. You're gonna be done with this media at some point, and you're gonna go out into the world, and there's gonna be an interaction that happens. And I'm hoping that you're vibrating on a high level and you're able to channel with curiosity who it is you want to be, how you want to show up. And maybe it's the person that you wish would show up for you. Maybe it's what you need right now, you can be for someone else. And that's some deep stuff right there, right? There's an opportunity to get off this call and go change your voicemail to make it more interesting, more vibrational, more attracting, not just, hey, this is so-and-so, leave a message. Boring. Make that first impression, right? All of your email communications, do you have any autoresponders that are just like mediocre? Thank you for contacting us and we'll get back to you. Infuse your energy and your intention into those simple communications, those simple text messages. Find a few words that are just not common speak vocabulary and put them into your rapport that just are always trickled in there that give the person who's receiving it go, huh, that's different, right? That, and ChatGPT can really help with that. Ask for a list of words that match your core values. Okay, other things. Visibility. So visibility, as we know in the marketing space of letting other human beings know that you're up on offer and your services requires you to keep showing up and showing up and showing up and showing up, video and all the things that we have to do, right? This is an opportunity to keep defining your brand, to keep clarifying and accentuating as it reveals itself to you. Now, I remember one time I got a highly paid coach and I said, I just don't understand the people I'm attracting. They're just not a right fit for me. Like, I'm working for them, but they're not bringing me joy. Like, they're literally making me depressed. I remember. And the coach said to me, Dill, you need to be more you. And that was the most frustrating thing I'd ever heard. I was like, what? How does someone just be more of themselves? That makes no sense. And I was so angry because I was like, how much did I pay for this? But I had to sit with it. I had to sit with it for a while. And I had to understand that authenticity isn't something that you just, sprinkle salt on top and you're all good. Authenticity requires great bravery, requires great amount of willingness to be vulnerable. And it was in that moment after, I don't even want to admit how long it took me to actually get it, but I realized the breaking down of who you think you're supposed to be in this business is literally the most difficult part. Showing up and shining with your true self is freedom. It's complete freedom. And once you just bring out your goofy self and all the ways that you like to be in the world, the people who show up are a match. They just match you. And then you can be fully you. You don't have to put on two different hats. You don't have to go to work being one person and then be exhausted at the end of the day just to go back to yourself. You just get to flow from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. And some days I'm in between clients and showings and writing deals and making videos and doing this, and I don't even feel like I'm working because I just get to stay me all day. And that's what this work is about. This work is about getting super clear on who you are so you can attract the people who will most feel served by you, and you can stay you all day long and not have to switch hats and not have to feel like you're hiding. And being more of yourself is not the easiest thing to absorb as a coach information. But once you do, and once you start to embody it and give yourself permission, I started giving myself permission all over the place. I remember when I put a heart in my logo, I felt like that was the most vulnerable thing I'd ever done because I had worked in a more corporate and business investment mindset for so long that I was like, I'm going to put a heart in my logo and no one's ever going to hire me again. And spoiler alert, I just got the most amazing, cool, kind human beings to come work with me. And it didn't matter. And they probably don't even know there's a heart in the logo. They don't even care, but it's all subliminal. And it's all a part of that stacked energy of showing up fully you and permission to be. And in that space, all business is easier. All client interactions are easier. Now you'll still get the one-off people that you're like, how did my marketing attract you? But hey, it's increasing the odds. It's increasing the odds that you're going to get people that you really like. Next point on this personal brand journey is permission to evolve. I feel like so many people stay stuck in whatever version they created for themselves. Maybe it's a niche. Maybe you've been working with first-time homebuyers and you're wishing you could work with luxury. Maybe you've been working with luxury and you're tired of that and you wish you could just do more listings, or whatever the thing that you've been doing, you're not stuck in it. There's an infinite world of possibilities out there. There's so many human beings. We only need to wrap our arms around, I don't know, 25, 50 a year. That'd be an amazing income just to help 25 or 50 people a year. So you don't need every single person to like you. You just need the right fit people to like you, and other agents and vendors too. Don't leave vendors out of the equation, because those are our business partners. And they want to feel like they can be themselves too. Your mortgage lender, your inspector, your title company, like all the people that have to support you to get through a transaction, they are going to be right fit alignment with you too. And if they're not, hello, this is permission to break up and find someone new. I find that I have to, every few years, I look at my business and I go, I'm growing at an exponential rate. Are they? That's big. That's hard, because you build these partnerships with people and you think, well, that's just how we do it. I have to keep going. But no, if someone isn't delivering the same experience to your customer and you're evolving and your energy's evolving and you're attracting a different kind of person, then you gotta up level your vendor partners as well, so that the client has a uniformed experience through the process and it's not jarring. Like, why does this person work with this person? Right? So that's part of your responsibility of building your brand, is also your vendor partners. Okay, let's just sink in this all in a minute, because I really want you to implement this today. I want you to channel one word. And here's a little hack I got a while ago, and I still use this. Whenever I'm really trying to embody one word, I will put it as a reminder in my phone to go off every hour. I know that's extreme, but it works. You're just like, why is it showing me that again? It's like hitting the snooze on your alarm. You're just like, no, more sleep. But that word just keeps showing up. You have to play with your own subconscious to give yourself permission to really embody something until it just sticks. And then when it sticks and you feel proud of it and you can put it out in front and you can say it, then the work is done. And then you can keep adding and stacking the compound effect of your brand building process. But in the beginning, when you're just getting started and you're like, what am I even doing? You really have to give yourself those prompts to repeat, because the mind is sticky, and doubt, let's just face it, doubt is available at every second of the day. It's like water. It's on tap. If you want doubt, there it is. If you want to counteract that energy of doubt, you have to stand in confidence. You have to stand in excitement. Here's another opportunity to challenge you to think about this. Most people are not very excited about anything. They just aren't. Lately, I've been so annoyed. I've had to hire a bunch of different service providers for different things. And I have been ultimately so annoyed. And mostly because everyone seems like they're kind of dead inside. And I guess we kind of are, right? I mean, the world's hard. But do you want to stand out? You want to stand out in the crowd? Just bring even 25% more energy. You will be ahead of everyone. All you have to do is seem excited, interested, curious. You'll be memorable, because everyone else is like, literally giving you nothing. And sometimes they're giving you nothing when all you want is someone to give you something. Like, for example, if you ever had to go to the phone store and turn over your phone to someone for a little bit, what's the energy you want? Reassurance. You want to know this phone is going to come back into your hand at some point, right? And if you're getting nothing from the person, like they're barely even paying attention to the fact that they're helping you, you're more anxious. You're uncertain. You have questions. You're like, when is this gonna, how long until I get this back? This is the same thing for us in our process, guys. Anybody who's engaging with you with any kind of real estate question is looking for some certainty. They're looking for clarity. They're looking for leadership. They're looking for enthusiasm. They're looking for curiosity to help them gain clarity. Clarity is a gift. When you ask clarifying questions to your customer and you help them come to the realization about what they're trying to accomplish, what their fears are, what their priorities are, what their non-negotiables are, you are a highly valued service provider. If you just stand and wait for them to tell you, well, we know what that is, right? So this is something that you can embolden. You can say, I want to be curious. I want to be curious. I'm going to stay curious about everyone all the time, because people are just so drawn to those who help them find clarity. And that's part of that secret sauce of being memorable. I'm thinking back to my travels over the past few weeks here and going to different conferences and stuff. And like, man, the interactions that stuck with me the most, I'm going to tell you, were the simplest of things. Maybe somebody saw me in line. They didn't know me. And they just said, oh, hey, here, come over here. Get your forks right here. When they're helpful, when someone just shows up and is randomly kind and helpful, and it's in a microsecond, it's not a lot of effort. It's a microsecond. Think about that today as you move through your day. Can you spend 1 microsecond helping someone feel seen, feel cared for? Somebody literally pointed where the forks were at the salad buffet. And I instantly was like, oh, they're sweet. I mean, think about that. We think it's this big monstrous thing, but it's the microseconds of the day. That's my challenge for you. I hope this is helping resonate. I hope you find something you can take away and do with your day to day. I want to just say, until next time, keep yourself curious, be bold, and stay inspired. Have an amazing day and an amazing week, guys.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.